Um, Last morning I woke up at 6:40 and felt quite cold, so I grabbed a Spencer and unaware saw the label on it. It was made in China. Then I walked into the bathroom and took out the toothbrush and squeezed out the last bit of the toothpaste from the tube of it. At the time, I threw the empty tube into the trash can and curiously read the place of production mark on it. Then I looked away toward the tower just right by my side. Guess what? They were all made in China. This story reminded me of a book, A Year Without Made in China, which I read about a couple of months ago. A senior American reporter, Sarah Bergioni, who was specialized in economics and finance, wrote that book. At the end of 2004, she made a decision to repel things made in China from her life for a whole year. That meant she, instead of buying new stuff from China, she had to turn to purchase things produced in other countries for her daily lives. First of all, she made a lot of effort to convince her husband that this action was not as hard as he thought. By giving the examples, of chasing Walmart away from their lives they had done successfully before. But soon she faces lots of problems that she had never imagined. She was forced to buy a pair of shoes from Germany for about $65 US instead of 9, which she could easily bought from Walmart, but was made in China. Then she was quite surprised that she couldn't get any candles or buttons not from China for her husband's birthday. And most of all, the toys that her children asked for Christmas were all from China. As a senior reporter, of course, Sarah has a clear concept of international trading between China and America. She made the decision to against Chinese goods, not because she was at enmity with Chinese, but to perceive that the influence of China by herself. She spent over a week searching for a table lamp that through the direct mail and made hundreds of calls to make sure that the lamp was not made in China. Unfortunately, she received a Vietnamese lamp, but found out that the components inside were still made in China. So she started to think about what the place of production really meant. If the label on the super clothes said that it was made in America, but the fabric of the clothes was from China, and it was sold in Indonesia, should we still call the clothes made in China? It seems that China has become the greatest factory around the world. We cannot help but admit that it's definitely one of the results of the global division of labor. There are over 1.3 billion populations in China, and it's over 20 times the size of the East Asian tigers in those old days. Chinese goods indeed have invaded into lots of industries. the lower labor cost and plenty of natural resources have attracted numerous business to place their factories there. But on the other hand, it has also brought the unfair competitions since China has grown so rapidly and taken lots of markets around the world away by force. So that's why lots of people see China as not only an opportunity but also a threat. In China, the code word of cheapness has become a symbol of economical miracles. According to the purchasing power parity of 2006, China got a second. We just placed behind America, and yearly about 290 billion US dollars of goods, which is over 11% of output value of China export to America. But there's only 15% of American merchandise is imports from China. So many people may think that without China we can still have our regular lives. But the author have proven that it was not true, because lots of things like clothes, shoes, toys, and other cheaper stuff play an important role in our daily lives, even though the value of those goods are always not the biggest part of our regular consumptions. That mentions a significant thing, that the people earn higher income and find some ways to lower their cost. They have extra profit to do investment or to make their life better. And at the same time, they still have choices to consumptions. So, can we still have a life without China? That's all we still could think about it. Thank you. It was nice of you.